race day in North Carolina. We worked on that car yesterday really hard, got a lot done to it. And so today we are heading to the track. We're heading to Thundervalley. And it seems like North Carolina, it seems like anytime there's a race. I mean, last weekend we had a beautiful weekend of racing, but it seems like here lately we get a lot of rain. So you can see I'm up here close to Raleigh now, about to pick up the race car, and it is pouring down rain up here. So we're going to Thundervalley. That's down at Red Springs. And so looking at the weather down there, it looks like they're going to stay dry. I think there's a chance for a couple sprinkles here and there, but they're not going to get most of their rain till later tonight. I think starting about midnight. I think the temperature is supposed to be about mid 50s, so 55, 57, so that's not terrible. This is like one of my home tracks. So living in like the middle of the state now in Raleigh, there are tracks all over the place. This one's about an hour and a half from my house, so it's really close. It's not far, and it's my home track. Like I said, I'm originally from down that way, down in the southern end of North Carolina. So I used to go to Red Springs all the time. Small 8th mile track, been in the same family. Lester Cooper owns it. He used to have a Pro Mod, and he's still got some type of Pro Stock or something. I don't remember what class he runs, but the track is really good. It's always fun when we go down there. It brings back a lot of memories when I go to that track. So we're driving down today. We're gonna head down there and we're gonna hook up the race car. So the tune-up, what I'm gonna do for the tune-up, I did jack the back of the car up a little bit more last night when I was at Brian's shop. So I'm gonna go ahead and put another 50 pounds in the trunk. I'm gonna scale it out sometime this week, but it's getting really heavy on the back now, and I think we're getting, you know, better prepared for this no prep deal. Now the track normally down here is in reasonable shape. I've been some pretty fast ETs. I've been 480s down there, so I may be in trouble. They are doing a 28x10 race, and so it may be a little problematic with me with the travel in the front and the extra weight in the back, trying to get figured out for the no prep stuff. But you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna probably try to put like a 520 tune-up in it. Depending on who's there, that may be just in the way. I mean, most of the cars down there are capable of going pretty fast. It's been a while since I've been down there though, so I mean, I may be in good shape. I may be okay. Ahead of me, I can see the clouds are breaking, so some patchiness in the clouds. So that's the way I'm going. So that's a good thing. So all right, so we're gonna try it, see what happens. All right, the weather is looking good here. We're almost to the track. Probably about another 30 minutes or so. So we're right here at Fayetteville now. So we're getting pretty close. Looking good, looking good. Okay, so we made it down here. We're at Thundervalley. It's actually getting really packed out here. It's a lot more people than I anticipated with the weather being bad all where we were at. So this is the track. So we're gonna try it. We're gonna see what happens. We got about an hour before first round. So I just put the extra 50 pounds in the trunk. We're gonna try to crank it up real fast, warm it up. Then I need to drive it down the return road so that we can break the brakes in. There's a couple good cars here. Hellboy and them about to ride up there now, make a pass. Let's go. We're gonna ride up there and check the track out and see what it looks like. There's a decent crowd. Yeah. It was pouring down rain at my house. That's why I was not moving very fast.
It was sprinkling a little bit light when I started to text you.
Yeah, it was pouring at our house. See, Wayne's got his back together. What's up? What's up? Had a little bit of an oil leak from that car. Spraying some ethanol on it, getting the oil up. So what I'm looking for is the smoothness of the crack. The track, not the crack. I looked at that crack up there and said the smoothness of the crack. The smoothness, the rubber base. You can see there's not much rubber down at all. This is, man, God, this is not going to be good for my no prep tune-up. I'm gonna have to tie the front end down. This is way too sticky. The track is in phenomenal shape. Everybody hates this left lane for some reason, but the left lane, you see there's only been a couple cars down here. But this track is looking right. What's up, Rodney?
What's up, Mr. Phillips?
Good seeing you, sir.
Where you riding?
It's down there.
Down there?
I was hoping I was gonna get some no prep action today, but that ain't the case.
No prep. What you trying to say?
No, I was hoping that it was gonna be not so sticky. I'm gonna have to tie the front end down. It looks good. It looks really good. Okay, so we're about to download this thing real fast. The track is really sticky, so I'm gonna need to do a little bit of work on it.
Hello, Turbodon. It's race day. Let's get some wind lights.
Okay, so what I did for my startup, I went from 3,800 to 4,000, and then I took my launch target from 4 pounds to 6 pounds, dropped up the scramble button a little bit down to 6, and then the boost time I shrinked up quite a bit, leave on 6. This number always needs to be higher, or at least the minimum number that the leave is on. You don't want it to cycle down. But so I'm leaving on 6, and at 6 is my first step. Now you can, if the track is like super good and you're trying to go 110s or 10 60 foots, then you can go higher. So, you know, leave on 6, and then this first spot would be like 18 or 20 or something. But you see I got a 25-pound ramp, and it's down at 3 seconds. So that should take, I would think. The track feels really good. Hopefully it don't try to wheelie. I mean, with the front end travel that I got, I mean, there's a chance it might try to get up on the tire and do a little bit of a wheelie. So I don't know, let's transfer this over real fast and see what happens. All right, very good. So let's go. We're gonna warm this thing up real fast, drive it down the return road, and get the brakes broken real fast, and then go up there and try to make a pass. Okay, so first shakedown was pretty good. It was pretty close to what I was anticipating. This might be the last time slip I'm able to show today, because we're about to be in the race, I guess, in a few minutes. So that wasn't too bad. I mean, it's pretty slow 60-foot. Track could definitely hold a lot more than that, but that's what I was thinking it was going to go in the 520s. So that's not bad. Overall, not too bad at all. Didn't have a ton of boost on it. Everything seems to be okay. We're cooling it down, and it is, like I said, it's getting packed out here. So we're having a good time though. It's fun. Okay, so here's the first data log. Went through there, got up on the chip right here, made 5.8 pounds of boost. It left, come on up, followed the boost curve good. This right here, point right here, is where the converter grabs. PTC converter, I think it's a 16.0. And with that amount of power, I mean, it starts lugging. That's I would consider that the flash speed. Probably 50, it flashes initially to right there. So 5,200. And then this is the actual true stall speed coming out here. So 6,100 at that boost level. Then it starts climbing. Shifted it at 7,300. Fell back to 67. and then, you know, it didn't have much boost here. The bottom lines right down here are my CO2 pressure and target dome, and it was doing exactly what I told it to do there. I would have expected the boost to kind of settle here. That right there is at 25 pounds of boost, 24 and a half. And then it starts creeping this last little bit. So 25, I had 25. It's usually a little bit less than whatever dome pressure is. No, I'm sorry, it's a little bit more than whatever dome pressure is. And so it ended up going right there to the peak at 28 pounds of boost. And it was still going up when I lifted. And I lifted a little bit early, lifted at 5.14 seconds. That probably didn't really affect the ET much. It affected the mile per hour some. But so that was a good pass. So overall, everything was fine there. Didn't see any issues. Target air fuel ratio, 3.8, 3.9. You know, so everything looked good there. Very low back pressure. Not a ton of timing in it. This motor has no compression. It's got a real lazy chamber on the cylinder head. If you've got an LS motor, that timing, you're thinking, oh my goodness, or a Ford motor. I mean, but my small block Chevrolet with very slow chambers, I mean, that was a very, very good, safe, conservative tune. All right, let's change a little bit and go do it again. Okay, so that was a decent pass. We're going to turn it up just a tad. There's some good fast cars out here. So we're gonna put a little bit more boost on it. Basically shorten the ramp up just a tad also, but not by much. 2.4 seconds instead of a 3-second ramp is where I had 25 on it before. So in order to get down and go okay. So we're about to go up there now. We'll be going down for first round coming up, so we're not gonna be able to make no more passes. If you can see in the light, but it started drizzling. We were the first pair down, now it's drizzling. Mine got a little skatey. His spun early, I'm pretty sure. They split the time sleep in half, and he didn't even come close to making a pass. He let off early. So I'm gonna show y'all what I run. Had a decent light, 132, 351. 544, 124. I let off, and you can hear it skating down track. And that was just from the moisture. I saw moisture on my window, and I thought it was blowing condensation out of the exhaust pipe, out the downpipe, but it was not. So we'll see what happens. I mean, this is just a little teeny spot of rain. Race was supposed to kick off at 3 o'clock, but there wasn't many people here as far as getting into race. There's a lot of people here, but a lot of people wanting to race. And so they kind of pushed it back to 5, and then we got up there. We made a first round just now about 5:30, and now it's bone dark, so it's starting to get cold. There's a bunch of rain up north where I was coming from earlier today. So I'm hoping that this little spot here, they're out there with the tractor now, you know, trying to keep the track hot. Maybe we can get this at least first round in. We did end up having 7 or 8 cars, so I mean, it's not bad. It was decent car count. I mean, you know, it's one of those things, a lot of people don't want to put $100 in to race, and I get it. I mean, if I was, you know, if I knew I was a second behind or a half a second behind, then I probably wouldn't either. So I get it. That's why those free entry races, you know, do good. That's the reason I like to do a free entry race when I'm trying to help run a race. It just gets a lot more racers out there. All right, so we'll see what happens. I'll show you all the data log here real fast. Okay, so here's the data log from that run. It come up, it spooled up pretty decent. It about cut off with me though. It was a little cold, and it was had a lean backfire. It left on dead on 6 pounds of boost and come up. This is where the converter grabs, and then it comes on up, and I shifted it right here. Shifted it at 7,600, 22 pounds of boost. And when it shifted, it started going crazy there. And you can see I eased off of it, and you can see the TPS. I did get back on it a little bit here and there, back through there, but I mean, it went through the finish line. I completely let off of it at, I don't know, probably before 5 seconds, 4.5 seconds. He knocked the tires off pretty much instantly, so he was done. So I don't know what we're gonna do. It had stopped raining, and now it's picking back up, so we may be done for the night. So we're gonna see. Still a bunch of people out here. They're still dragging the track though, so we're not gonna put it up yet. We're gonna snatch the hood off of it and get it cooled down, just in case we make it through the next round. Okay, so the rain got us, so we just loaded everything into trailer here.
Good job on the brakes. Stopped on a dime. Turbo John, we need to talk.
Okay, sorry. All right, so it's always a good day when it loads back into trailer by itself. So that was a good thing for sure. So car run good, it run okay. A little bit squirrely there at the big end just from the rain. But overall, not a bad night. I wish we could have finished it. Probably had one of the cars to beat. So that would have been nice if I could have, you know, got a win as far as an overall win. It had to go 3 rounds, but it is what it is. Y'all go fast, get some win lights, eat some turkey if you got any leftovers. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. See y'all in a few days. Thanks.